everybody. Good evening. Greetings, everybody. This is Garfield Waller with another episode of Rock the Mic. Hope everybody is fine. Hope you had a great Easter celebration. And I hope you're ready for those in Jamaica Carnival, right? I guess that starts when tomorrow, is it so? I think so. How do we start? Guys, track and field. Didn't even know Penn Relays was going on, but I'd like to congratulate Kingston College on winning that 4 by 400 and taking down Quincy, what's his name, Quincy Wilson and Bullis High School. So the title comes back to Jamaica. I haven't gotten any results of the 4 by one, which I think kind of are featured in. So if anybody's out there with these results, could you just let me know? Give me a sound check, guys, for those who are listening. If you're logged in tonight, just give me a sound check. Let me know in the comments what the sound is like. Is it loud? Is it muffled? I'd love to know. Okay, guys, another thing. Track and field still. I see, I don't think it's time to panic. Sherika Jackson lost another race today. Give her some time, guys. She's coming back from injury. So give her some time. I know we want to see her starting an assault on the 200-meter world record. And we're hoping she can regain supremacy over Juliet Alfred from, what's it, St. Lucia. But give her some time. Shelly's rounding into form also. And this season is going to be a firecracker. Another thing, guys. What do you think about what the comments attributed to Asafa Powell? Where do you stand on the issue? Where do you stand on the issue? Do you think he has reasons to say what he did? Or do you think he's a bit misguided? I have read many comments from many other people, but I'd love to know what your thought process is. Do you think he has a point? Or he's way off track? Remember, we don't know his experiences with support given to athletes. He should know what he's talking about, but you can put something in the comment and let's hear what you are thinking about. How do you think it should go? Is he being insightful into what he's saying, or as some people say, he's just bitter? I'd really love to know. I haven't gone into it in detail, but it's interesting to hear a man who has represented Jamaica for so long with so much success, to hear him come out with statement like this. But I think the important word there is when he talked about his kids is if. If. And I'd love for him to really detail what are the things he wants changed. I know since I was a youngster, I've heard of athletes say things got to change, going all the way back to Marilyn Newville, DQ, Seymour Newman, all of these guys saying, hey, something is wrong with the system. I wish Asafa had elaborated some more and let us know what exactly he's talking about. If you're listening, guys, could you let me know where you are listening from? What is the sound quality like? Just put something in the chat for me. Another thing, guys, interesting, watching some YouTube channel. This auto mechanic shop, this auto shop out at Ferry, run by the Chinese. Please, can somebody say something about this? Please, I'd love to hear your views. What do you think about this auto mechanic shop with lines, people lining up from 3 o'clock? How do you think it will affect Jamaica and Jamaicans? Is it a good thing? What do you think? Is it a bad thing? How do you think our Jamaican mechanics will respond to this? Because looking at some of the comments, some people say when you go to a Jamaican mechanic, you get varying prices. They just pull a price out of their head and tell it to you, and they're not professional. One person said it's all attitude. Going to a Jamaican mechanic is just attitude. Unlike the Chinese, who you roll in, they tell you what's wrong, how much it's going to cost up front. But how do you think this will affect our local mechanics? Do you think there's going to be a problem there? Do you think there's going to be a clash? And I heard the minister, Colonel Charles Jr., saying they're going to have to check the accreditation of some of these workers in this Chinese auto shop. But as a Jamaican, if you're listening, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? What do you think will happen? Do you think this will force Jamaican mechanics to change their style, their methods of dealing with people? You think it's going to have an effect on our mechanics, guys? This is something I'd really love for you to comment on. So if you're listening, drop something in the chat. Let me know what's happening. But I'm really interested to know how you guys see it. Can you think of lining up from 3 o'clock in the morning? It either is a great shop or motorists are just freaking desperate. Which is it? Let me know what you think, guys. Put something in the comment. And I know some people are listening. Could you let me know in the chat where you are listening from? Where are you listening from? If you're from St. Mary, let me know what area of St. Mary you're from. Whether you're from Another Bay, Highgate, Port Maria, Boscobel, wherever, Geisel, whatever, let me know. If you're listening, come on, comment. If you want to talk about something, it's a free WhatsApp call, 347-225-4654. It's free on WhatsApp. But again, turn to politics. Guys, it's a shame, but both parties seem to have put a restriction on the candidates about giving interviews. I've heard it from somebody real deep in the party. They don't want to give interviews. They're afraid the candidate will say something wrong, utter some crap. I think this is a step backwards. Aren't we putting up adults for positions? Should they be able to articulate themselves? But they don't want to say anything. One, they don't want to make mistakes. And two, I find this stupid. They don't want the other party hearing their plans. So they're never ever going to release their plans till when? The night before election? I mean, come on. If you think the people are that stupid, hey, if you come out with a plan saying we're going to do X, Y, Z, all right, you're the first one who got it out there. Make sure you can implement it. I also find, talking to some people from Jamaica, I find that this whole thing about who came up with a specific idea, it's as if they own it. And they say one party is only carrying out the ideas of the opposition party or blah, blah, blah. As Jamaicans, guys, do we care who originated the idea, who the idea originated from? I don't think we should care about that as long as it's carried through. So, like present day, if people are saying, hey, the idea of building the North-South Highway was conceived by the PNP, then they got voted out and the GLP came in, took the idea and built the highway. So what? We all benefited from it. Everybody's going to benefit. I think that's a load of hogwash. That's bullspit. Oh, come on, guys. We can be more mature about this. Another thing that irks me is seeing people post on Facebook. And somebody may post a well-written post, very intelligently done, very articulate. Oh my God, the post hits the spot. You call the person up and say, hey, would you mind coming on for 5 minutes? Would you mind joining me in a 5-minute phone call? What you just posted, let's talk about it. And they ghost you. Why are we afraid to speak? If we can put our name, if you can put your name to that Facebook post, why can't you come on here and comment? And I know there's some people who are in some constituencies that have been made to suffer from inactivity over the years. And those are the people who you think would want to come on and want to voice their opinion. No, they don't. So it's sad to say, but in some aspects, if you don't, you deserve what you get. You deserve what you get. If you keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different result, no, it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna work. So if there's something you want to get off your chest, some comment you want to make, hey, give me a call. WhatsApp 347-225-4654. Now, guys, with our 3 constituencies in St. Mary, St. Mary Western, St. Mary Central, and Southeast. I've been watching since it's hard to get news from a candidate, I turn to their Instagram posts and I've been looking at a few things you're doing. And I see a lot of walkthroughs. I see one constituency where that MP is doing a lot, but that's to be expected. Man is a senior, was a senior MP, chairman of the party, and everything. So we expect a lot from him. But in some of the others, especially St. Mary's Central, where we basically have two newcomers, we have Jamar Mirage of the GLP, and we have Omar Newell, who is replacing Dr. Maurice Guy of the PNP. These are basically two newcomers because they've never really been in an election as such. Mr. Newell has an advantage in that he and Floyd Morris had a hotly contested runoff. So it's limited. Their participation and such is limited when you compare that, hey, they're newcomers, and one, Mr. Newell's party isn't the party in power. But the PNP holds a seat. So we're going to look at some of the Instagram posts. We're going to go over to Southeastern with Dr. Norman Dunn as a sitting MP and see what he's doing. And his competitor will be Christopher Brown. Brown isn't no slouch. Brown was campaign manager for the late Harry Douglas. So he knows what he's doing, and I hear he has a groundswell of support. Over in Western St. Mary with Bobby Montague, a lot of people thought that was going to be a safe seat, but the fact that you see Bobby working so hard tells you that, no, it's not that safe as we thought it was, because he's now pulling out all the stops. If you look at the flurry of his activity over the last month or so, he is pulling out all the stops. Sorry, guys, dry throat. And he's going to have an advantage when it comes to the cash that he has, unlike Woodbine. But I hear Woodbine is making a good run of it. And when you look at it, the seat for Montague could be in danger, bearing in mind that for the last local government election, he lost three of his councillors. So the PNP could be well positioned to make a grab at that seat. But we all know Montague, the old lion, he's not going to give up without a fight, and fighting he is. So guys, I'm going to ask you to bear with me here as I try to get these Instagram pages up. I'm running a risk here because some of the pages have music on it. And I run the risk of YouTube or Facebook muting the output because of this music. But I'm going to take a chance here. I am going to take a chance. Let's see here if I can get this going. I want to start by looking at, what's his name, Mr. Mirage of Central. I want to start by looking at his page first. And you can see this man looking very, very sharp, decked out in his suit. And we want to, take it through this whole thing and see what is he up to. Let's see if we can hit one of these things that has music on it. Hoping this music can come through.
From me day in the US, spell me name with 2S. Boss, set the trend, set the trend. We set the trend, set the trend, set the trend. We set the trend. Them a follow we not follow them. We set the trend. If you see me in the Benz or the BM.
Okay, and we can see Mr. Mirage here with some kids. This man has done a lot of walkthroughs. He's in Mason Hall. He's in the Mason Hall community here. The music is gonna be a bit spotty because I'm trying not to play this music here. So we see him in Mason Hall looking for pipes, trying to lay pipes for water.
It's a big league. Yeah, at the big league. Right now, me, I live my life, and you know, so no life real. It's a big league. Whoa, it's a big league. It's a big league. From nothing to something, now we up in the big league. Yeah, yeah. Right now, me thing up like 7 on them cars, the eye job. Ready eye boy, who you watch out in the business, them need the good eye jobs. And them master they got the reach on a
Remember, says nobody no come round and feel help, and we reach on a level where we're proud of ourselves. But sign is in the soul of my friend, me can't separate you no real when me know I'm myself.
As he says,
Yes,
you're
like the
pressed to
fight
change,
on it look easy,
press for better.
but people know.
If I ever forget to give thanks, God, please remind me. If I ever get lost, please find me and stand beside me. Rastafari Almighty. If I ever forget to give thanks, God, please remind me. If I ever get lost, please find me and stand beside me to protect and guide me. Cause I'm so blessed and I won't stress. I know God loves me, I won't guess. Wait, God's my. If I ever forget to give thanks, God, please remind me. If I ever get lost, please find me and stand beside me. Rastafari Almighty. If I ever forget to give thanks, God.
And trust me, this man Mirage has covered a lot of ground. He has covered a lot of ground. You name the community, he's been there. He is meeting the people. He's pressing the flesh, as they say, and this man is really circulating among the people, trying to get to know them and trying for them to know him. So that was Jamar Mirage. Okay, I don't want anybody to accuse me of being partisan. I'm going to try and show every candidate. It's not the look, it's about the work needed. How can the existing government be running on promises when they have been in government for 8 years? That is true. I don't know who posted that. Donovan, that's what I'm saying. I am thinking you've been in power. You shouldn't be making promises now. You should be, you should not be making promises. You should be living on your deeds. You should be pointing to say, hey, we did that, we did this, more of the same. But I don't think it's a time for the government to be, now is not the time for them to be coming up with promises. Not after you've been in government for so long. Yes, the opposition now can make all the promises they want. That's all they can do. But the government, no. They should be saying, look, this is what we did, this is what we did, this is what we did, and we're going to continue. Or we're going to make this better. So we just looked at Jamar Mirage, known as Champ, and his saying is that, the champ is here. Now we're going to take a look. I'm going to see if we can bring up Mr. Newell, Omar Newell. Let's see if we can get his page up, and we look at what he's been doing. Okay, some of these things will have music, some won't. I'm hoping I don't get penalized for playing this music. I'm hoping we don't get dragged up for it. So there we see him meeting members of his constituency.
I always say you have no idea what the future holds. And so it is very important to give back to those who are in need. Many of whom have served society in their own ways throughout life and probably fell on some hard times. So when I reached out to the mayor and he told me it was okay, I was happy to come in and swear the Easter cheer, because the season is really about the greatest gift, which is the death of Christ, to atone for our sins. And so I'm happy that I could share with the staff at the St. Mary Infirmary. On today, we wanted to be here from yesterday, but so many things came up for the season continues. So I hope they'll enjoy, and you'll have a wonderful rest of the holiday.
On behalf of the resident and staff of the St. Mary Infirmary. We are very grateful for this money.
Okay, so we see Mr. Newell make a presentation to the St. Mary Infirmary up by the hospital. And that bun and cheese, oh gosh, made me so hungry, man. Wish I could get some of that. Wish I could get some of that. And here is Newell again. There's no audio to this one, but he's wishing everybody a bright and happy Easter. Deputy spokesman for Trade and Investment, Omar Newell. That's way back in 2021. Okay, and we see him here at Captureland in Highgate. Captureland, Highgate. Meeting the people, trying to get a sense of what's on their mind, what are the needs, what are the wants. Okay, honoring PJ Patterson's 90th birthday. So that's Mr. Newell pressing the flesh. Pressing the flesh. Let's see how this will help him. We hope it does, but let us see. No audio to this one. And here he is again, Frontier Heights, dealing with some farmers, talking to them, finding out how he can help in the future. And Mr. Newell with none other than Mr. Terry Gillette. No, none other than Terry Gillette here. Trying to get his whole face in the picture, but I'm failing here to get Mr. Gillette over. It's problematic moving the Instagram page. Okay, but there he is with Terry Gillette. It's Omar Newell, PNP representative for St. Mary's Central.
Young artists are come up. Yaksta, your time.
Boss!
Yaksta.
You can't prosper without power. And there's only the arm green is my thing to take a shower. Man, I take you another hour. Just see the year you have to spell enough sense. Enough waste MPs a start rub bench. Classman broke, tell him go on up. Then God kill me if PNP now win this again. Never know mother live fi still labor right flap. Oh my come fi win, make some pagans chat. Free your farm work fi make youth make cash. Future MP or PM at that government.
And that's Newell down in the Portmore section. I don't want to play the music too long. It may be taken off. So let's just move along. Newell again, I think this is Newell in Hampstead or Baileysville. Can't say which it is. But, hey, he's going around. He's meeting a lot of people. He's trying his best to get everybody to know him. And that's all he can do for now. Everybody has to know the man.
Rastafari, now wait for nobody for tell me some great. Now wait for nobody for open up your gate. Have to believe in I'm a...
And here we have Newell again.
I am Venice's outside child. I call her mother, she calls me son. And it creates a...
At the funeral of Miss Venice Richards from, I think, Rose End. So he's really getting around. And here we see him meeting with the fishermen from, I think it's Paget. So Newell is trying to continue or improve on what was done by Dr. Maurice Guy. And we leave it up to the electorate to decide if it's going to be more of the same or it's going to be a change. Okay, guys. Good. Thanks for watching that there. And let's see now. Like I said, I am going to be fair. That was Central St. Mary Central. Newell of the PNP and Mirage of the GLP. Oh, let's move over now to, who should it be? Western. Let's move over now to Western St. Mary. Not Western, sorry, Southeast. And in Southeast, we have the MP is Dr. Norman Dunn. MP is Norman Dunn. So let's see how this works out. Let's see what Mr. Dunn has been doing over there. Let's see if we can get Mr. Dunn's work up. And let's see, this should be a video, I think. Hoping there's some audio to it.
Southeast St. Mary is an enterprising space, and you can see this in your visits right across the constituency. But recently I visited Enfield and came upon an industrious resident who needed some assistance. We told him that we would come back, and so we did, to begin the transformation of his enterprise. Here are some of the before and after picture, and when we're finished, we will share the total look of this transformation. And
okay, so there we see Mr. Dr. Dunn helping out an enterprising individual with the painting up of his place. Okay. And we know this is doing a lot of sports. He's
this is Dr. Norman Dunn, Constituency News Update. The Dover community is a vibrant community that sits on the border of St. Mary and Portland. And for those who pass this area would recognize that the Dover community has a beautiful playing field. We are in the process of fitting that playing field with lights to allow for night football. Currently, with the help of the residents and the business operators, we are building a volleyball court fitted with solar lights. So come out and enjoy this field when it's finished and play volleyball with us.
Okay,
this is Dr. Norman Dunn, Constituency News Update. The Dover community in my visit to the constituency, I like to highlight some of the things on Dunn Adventure. And yesterday, we had a fascinating visit to the constituency. And for some of you who have a country to go to, well, I'm really sorry for you, because you're missing so much. So here are some of the sights and sounds of my visit to the constituency yesterday. We saw two peacocks just strolling idly by. Then came a goat walking side by side with me, this friendly goat, watching the Dr. Bird pollinate a plant and watching our children frolicking in a boat while some were catching janga or crayfish. Yes, all. This is Dr. Norman Dunn, Constituency News Update. Recently, a team from the National Water Commission and I toured the Castleton area to begin preparation for the long-awaited water improvement project from Castleton all the way to Friendship Gap. I am happy to report that the pipes have been delivered to the storage area in the Castleton area in order to commence this work. So Friendship Gap and the Castleton area, your water is on its way. And this is how we get things done.
We heard the play on the word Dunn. Okay. And here we see Mr. Dunn and Minister Green at the award ceremony at the Christian Center for the Deaf. And here is with the St. Mary 4-H Expo. He is working because, listen, like I said, if you're in the government, an MP, you have the cash. You can get the cash.
I traversed the constituency today, stopping at several engagements, including paying my respects to the families of the loved ones who would have passed at several grave diggings, including one from my own family. Then I stopped to play a game of domino in Top Leinster, and I won't tell you who got 6. Nope, I won't tell you who got 6. But you can guess. And then I moved on to the community of Luna, where I recently did some work on the road, and I wanted to see, what was done and how satisfied the community was. And I must say, the community is very, very satisfied. There are so much improvement that is going on right across Southeast St. Mary, not just in road or water or housing assistance, education assistance, but also in developing other infrastructure. And here at the Maho Hill Primary School in the Broadgate area, the school is very, very happy today because the school is getting a complete perimeter fence around the school that will allow our students to be much more comfortable, safe. They can play easier in the general space, and their parents will know that they are in fact protected within the school boundaries. We continue to show that we care about our people and our constituency, and we demonstrate it. We not just talk, we demonstrate it each day, and this is how we get things done.
Okay, there he goes again with that play on the name and the word done.
There are so much improvement that is going on right across Southeast St. Mary, not just in road or water.
Let's see. And somebody here is saying, who was it, Robert? Why is it that you waited until now to begin working? Hey, good question. He put in street lights for the party leader, and when he left, wait, hold on. Can you put that up again for me, please? That one about the street lights. What about the bridge where they can't finish? Where's that bridge? In Broadgate? I'd love to know which bridge is that we're talking about. After 9 years, it's only now you remember the people in the constituency. But Robert, as a politics arena, you are neglected until it's election time. You are neglected until it's election time. The person who put that thing about the lights for when the party leader came, could you put that comment in again for me, please? I don't know if it was you, Robert. But which bridge is that, Robert? I'm thinking if it's a bridge run by, it's that breakaway run by Broadgate. Is that it? Yes, that's something we as Jamaicans, Broadgate, okay. That's something we as Jamaicans need to hold our politicians accountable. I mean, we don't see them for, oh my God. We don't see them 99% of their term. And just as election is coming out, oh my, suddenly they find all this cash, they find all this time, they find everything possible just to get the vote. And I am hoping this time around, Jamaicans will wise up and decide, hey, this is how we're going to vote. Not suggesting you vote one way or the other, but look at what you need in your community, guys. You've got to look at what you need in the community. And not because somebody put a couple thousand in your hand, you're going to vote for them. Otherwise, okay, you take that money, you ain't getting another handout until another 4.5 years' time. But you have to make that decision. Okay, so we were in Southeast St. Mary, and we just looked at the GLP MP, that's Dr. Norman Dunn. And now let's see if we can find the page, Instagram page for Christopher Brown. By the way, if you see one candidate having a lot more to show or we're showing a lot more on the one candidate over the other, it's no fault of mine. It's just that the other candidate didn't have a lot on his page or a lot of videos. Because showing photographs, okay, but a video makes it even, makes it even better. So I want to see if we can get down to Mr. Brown of the PNP from Southeast St. Mary. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. Let's see, do we have any videos here?
I bring you greetings. I bring you greetings from the southeastern end of the parish. From Anata Bay in the east. From Richmond in the west. From Belfield in the north. And Castleton in the south. I am here to tell you tonight that Southeast St. Mary is done with done. I bring you greetings. I bring you greetings from the southeastern end of the parish. From Anata Bay in the east. From Richmond in the...
Okay, and we know he is an avid sports fan. We know this man's an avid sports fan, and here he is sponsoring the 2025 netball competition. You know, we got to take care of the youth. Give them something to do.
Somebody get the phone on the telephone.
I just hope I'm not taken down because of this music.
I'm very pleased with the interest that has been shown. We have 40 teams that have been registered right across the constituency. And we are going to use this competition to create harmony, goodwill, and friendly competition against each other as we seek to build the communities across Southeast St. Mary and across the Richmond and Anata Bay division.
I am particularly happy to see what is going on here and what your next member of parliament is putting on today. It's a pleasure to see so many of you. I think I count 13 teams who have signed up to participate. You know, sport is one of the factors that can bring communities together and just bring back some vibes and some love into the place. So I'm happy to see that, and I bring you greetings. I'm looking forward to today's competition, and may the best team win. And
a joy for me to see what Chris Brown is doing with sports in Southeast St. Mary. I know the potential that sports has to bring communities together and also to uplift our young people and to show the potential that you have to become stars in your own ways. So I want to congratulate Comrade Christopher Brown and his team and to wish you all here today, and may the best team win.
And for this one, he's talking about the collapse of sections of the Belfield police station. Can you imagine that? A police station in a state of disrepair along not only station, but the vehicle he's showing also.
It's all over the place.
And I think he's here because the music is so loud we can't hear it, so let's move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I want to recognize Dr. Morris Guy, Member of Parliament for Central St. Mary. I want to hail him. I want to give a special welcome to the PNP Shadow Minister for Youth, Senator Gabrielle. Hail her up. Welcome her. She will be officially opening the football proceedings here. Today we start the six-a-side competition for the Belfield and the Castleton division. We have 10 teams that are registered for each division, spanning right across the 2 divisions. As Wayne Campbell indicated, this is a competition to bring the communities and the young people together. This is a competition to have
showing a little more of Mr. Brown's.
Greedy with another one. We are the island. I tell you now,
Mr. Brown covering a lot of miles up in those hills. Meeting people, pressing the flesh.
from morning, we are hustle and put we are.
Ecotourism. Every Wednesday, when you look down in Trelawney, you have ship coming in Ocho Rio, ship coming in. Why we can't have them tourists that coming in bus loads, come across Caston Botanical Gardens, going up at Scotts Hall.
Oh yes.
Go enjoy themselves, go enjoy the food, go enjoy the culture. That will bring economic growth, that will bring jobs, that will bring hope to the people of the Caston Division. So part of my vision for Southeast St. Mary, and particularly the Caston Division, is grounded in heritage tourism. We are blessed with culture right here with the Caston and the Scotts Hall Maroons. We must create grassroots ecotourism. When you drive and look on the water and you look on the mountains and the ranges going through, we can develop trails.
And here's what Mr. Brown is saying, that we should be making better use of our inner Jamaica, not just on the coast. And he's touting the Scotts Hall Maroons and the Castleton Botanical Gardens. We could have some ecotourism going on there. That, good point. But I know somebody's going to come up with that. We just can't leave that alone to, certain politicians, whichever party forms the government, should make use of this. Anyway, guys, I had to switch off to do the other thing, so I've not seen the comments. But if you have any other comments, let's know. And you can put it in the chat or give me a call if you want. Now let's move over to Western. Let's move over to Western St. Mary, where you have sitting MP Bobby Montague from the GLP going up against his challenger would be Omar Woodbine of the People's National Party. So let's check out Mr. Woodbine's Instagram here first and see what we can learn, if we can learn anything here from Omar Woodbine. Let's see. I'm hoping he'll have some videos on his page. I'm hoping you'll have videos and not just pictures. Okay, I think I see a video coming up here.
Them tell you nothing, kid, you're great. Continue wait, continue work, until you make. Until you make it, so them know you're great. Only for pressure, enough trials, do not break. And from your heart, not to you up there, you're not straight. And with them fish, don't make them kill your dream. Don't make them tell you nothing, kid, you're great. Continue wait, continue work, until you make.
Whole heap of comrades overseas talk to the Western St. Mary Massive in the diaspora and just Western St. Mary on a whole. Just wrap up and just encourage them and tell them why they need to come and vote for Orville Woodbine and make you their representative for Western St. Mary. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Brian. So to the Western St. Mary constituency, to my voters, to the diaspora. I'm saying that things is going to change in Western St. Mary, right? I am just one person, and the only thing that is just my name is going to be at the ballot box, but that name represents many, many people in Western St. Mary, right? I want you to come and put our differences aside. Let us bring this home for the People's National Party. Let us bring this home for Jamaica, right? We need a break. We need changes. We cannot live like this anymore, right? We need to stop look on green and orange and look on GLP and PNP. People know that Western St. Mary are suffering for years. We are going backwards for years. And we must move forward. And we're not going to sit down and wait anymore. I put myself forward. My people choose me. As I said before, I was on my way to finish up my master's, and my people chose me, and I leave everything to represent my people. Because any policies or anything that is in this channel that I made to move Western St. Mary forward, I want to be a part of it.
Right, so there we have a better look at Mr. Woodbine.
Tell them say me build it from the ground up. Forever in it, coulda call up. Happy say me get a gift, I get up proud up. Happy them a watch it with them when you roll up. No shot in off your pocket, keep them not the roll up. Coming on take no program like robot. Blood, sweat and tears, me no know up. Bun fret and fear, my gun load up.
Yeah, big pretty spaceship, clean like the Matrix. Style them a basic. Nah, y'all them a praise it. Bad mind.
Tell them say me build it from the ground up. Forever in it, coulda call up. Happy say me get a gift, I get up proud up. Happy them a watch it with them when you roll up. No shot in off your pocket, keep them not the roll up. Coming on take no program like robot. Blood, sweat and tears, me no know up.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Whoa! Look at the people raising up. The whole Jamaica waking up. Get ready for go with gold. In the man with passion and of purpose. From Kingston straight to Bay. I'm a gold in them say. Getting ready to make up a new way. Yo, the entire Jamaica know. Golden are the best at this show. When Golden step on the road, the people are really see love. Whoa! So let me see your hands up so. Every Jamaican, put your hands up so.
I think this is down at Mango Valley. Mango Valley, they're saying no water source to connect system for water, no connections to residents, water truck charging the line in areas for the, okay. Oh my God, here we go again.
Changing lives day and night, but nothing I do ever makes the need.
They're gonna mute me. Gotta try and turn off the music. Play as little of it as possible. And here are the guys for the Karen Hall division. And Mr. Woodbine again, meeting the people. And here he's again in Mason Hall, turning out to support the people in their need for water, their need for clean, potable water. Mr. Woodbine in the front, his leader, party leader in the back, party leader behind. This is gonna be trust me guys, this one is gonna be interesting. This one is going to be interesting. This is going to be a very interesting seat over here in Western St. Mary. But on the Goldings, what do you call it, on Mr. Golding's Instagram, there is not many, I didn't find a lot of videos. Not a lot of videos were there. So I just got to put up what I see. Whatever he puts up, I've got to put that up. It's not my fault. So in the future, these candidates have to really look about their pages. And here's it on a deadly walk.
Oh, you're la phone. I didn't do it. Not stay over. She know over there. What video that?
He's fighting the barricades. Stand firm, Western St. Mary.
Okay, here's Mr. Woodbine meeting his sub-brothers.
Let them talk, keep them talking.
All right, listen.
Hey, we're gonna keep them talking.
But guys, I want you to understand that it's hard for me to play the music because Facebook, YouTube will shut me down. Question, what is the legacy of Terry Gillette and Mr. Sylvia and Western St. Mary? Did I hear you say Westerns neglected over the years? Okay, Maxine, good. Maxine, you don't think they have been neglected, do you? Let me hear you. Why do you think he said something like that? I take it that you, Maxine, don't think Western has been neglected. In fact, Western is a fascinating area because I'm non-partisan, and when I look at all three constituencies, I see more work being done in Western than any other. I may be blind, not being biased and not being partisan, but to me, more work is being done in the Western division. And I think, why should I say this is happening? Because the MP there, Bobby Montague, hey, big guy in the Jamaican government. So he has the money to spend. And I think he has been working hard over the last couple of months because I don't think it's as safe as everybody thought. I don't think it is as safe as everybody thought. But anything else to go in the chat before we finish up with Robert St. Aubin Montague, MP for Western St. Mary. Let's see what he has here on his Instagram page. I know he has a lot of videos. I know he has a whole lot of videos. And this one is on about who is it? Is it Jeffrey Town? I need something with audio here to really play for you. I need something with audio so I can really pump this out for you so you guys can actually see what. Let me just try and adjust this so you guys can see what he's really talking about here. As we can see him, he's on some walkthrough here, guys. Just bear with me while we try and get this in the way that it should be. Yep, Bobby Montague doing some walkthroughs. Still trying to get this one sized up right. Okay. Hoping we'll come to a video soon. And right now he's in the industry pen in Three Hills area to work on the water storage tank. Mount Angus Primary and Junior High School. Okay, and he's saying that they went there to give out 10 tablets for e-learning so these kids can really get a leg up on their education so they can really get their education moving. So that's at the Mount Angus Primary and Junior High. Okay, and here he is at the Constituency Conference. There's no audio to this one. Bobby Montague again with the late Walter Brady, former mayor of Port Maria. Mr. Brady, who recently passed on April 10th. He was 88 years old, and he was also the councillor in the Hampstead division. No, okay, let's see if we have audio here.
I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the rich when I look at where I'm coming from. I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile.
Can't play too much of the music. Jacks River Primary School. And I gather Mr. Montague did a lot of work here. And again, he gave out tablets. Did a lot of renovations, I think. Okay. And I noticed this year, Bobby Montague has been doing a lot of workshops and projects up in his area, providing information and jobs for a lot of the youngsters in his area. I've seen him do a lot of that. I get a lot of the messages on WhatsApp. Over in this other area, I have no idea where in St. Mary Donington is, but he's gone there too to, I think, give out tablets. So if somebody could put in the chat where you can find Donington. And Mason Hall, he had the Prime Minister there, I think, turning on water for the first time in history, I think. The Prime Minister had come up to do that water turn on. So here we see news about Jeffreytown Health Center being funded by Digicel and the Chase Fund. The Jeffreytown Clinic serves a number of communities, but we had to close it for roof repairs and mold treatment. It could no longer offer the high level of services that it's known for. So the staff and services are now available at the Gale Clinic. So things have been moved down to Gale. And here we can see a picture of the Prime Minister turning on water in Mason Hall for the Mason Hall project. And I think this was done on March 28th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Okay, and if you notice, Bobby's visiting a lot. He has been visiting a lot of schools. This time he's at Karen Hall again to hand over tablets. So to him, education is one of the major areas that he looks at. That's the music again, which I don't want to take the risk of, putting on. Okay, this is about the north-south toll road to be extended. We'll talk about that another night. And here is one of his areas. This place called Brookway, appropriately named because you can see a part of the land, part of the road has slipped away. And Montague said they did extensive work in that area. They did some extensive work in that area to really get the land back, get the road back with people. So it's appropriately called Brookway. Can you imagine that? And here's one of the things he had put on, Gale Information Fair, and people would be able to come out, get certain documents, apply for jobs, applied for Heart Trust, and things like that. And we can see he has really done a lot in this aspect.
The Oraka-Bessa High School in St. Mary is set to benefit from an investment by the government with the building of a new block in a matter of months. Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary, Robert Montague, shared details of the investment.
8 new classrooms, 1 biology lab, 1 chemistry lab, 1 agricultural science lab, 1 information technology lab, a home management lab, and a staff room. Sanitary conveniences for both students and staff, ancillary facilities for the ancillary staff, administrative offices, an auditorium, a multi-purpose court, which sports development has half taken care of, ramps and lift to facilitate disabled students to access classrooms.
Additionally, a solar system, perimeter fencing of the compound, a new sewage system and water harvesting will be done. Mr. Montague says roughly $700 to $800 million will be invested.
The board chairman and the principal have received the letter already, stating that the government is already on the way to spending some $49 million to do the pre-investment, which is the surveys, the soil test. I think they did the soil test about last weekend or something like that. But Minister Dana Morrison has indicated that what she wants to do is to fast-track their Rockabessa High School, because she heard that a school in Rockabessa was destroyed by fire.
In the meantime, Mr. Montague says the Rockabessa primary, which was damaged by fire on March 5, is also set for major upgrade.
The primary school is going to get an investment with over 20 classrooms, auditorium, etc. So she is fast-tracking both, because I don't know who in the ministry, I don't know if Ms. Blackwood Mix told her that both schools are on the same compound. So I have invited her, I have said to her, as soon as she signs off on the fast track, I will invite her to tour the facility.
Christopher Scott, TVJ News.
Okay, so that's a lot.
They're not about to sleep tonight.
Here's this area.
Man, I see up on top of things, other things. These things that I say me crush them.
Which they have basically, I don't know if it's completely fixed or it's a temporary fix. We can't be sure until the next shower rain, but they have put marl down and asphalted, and we hope that will hold. We hope that will hold. Anyway, let's go back here now, guys. The council does a lot of work for Jacks River Primary. Promises after 8 years now that election is made. Western has never sat on the opposition side of government. You love Bobby showing. You know, who is saying that now? I can't see him, Donovan Lewis. Please, guys, I only show these comments as they come in, and if the person's Instagram page has video and like that, an interview, yes, I'll be happy to show it. But there's nothing partisan in the way I'm doing this. I don't have a dog in this fight. I really don't care who wins what. I just want to see a good, clean competition here between JLP and PNP, whether it's in Western, whether it's in Central or Southeast. And like I said, I'm dying for, I would give anything just to have one of the candidates come on and so we can have a good talk. Robert Stewart said the turning off the water in Mason Hall was a scam. There's still no water in Mason Hall. I have been hearing rumors about that, and I'd love to speak to someone who can go there, take pictures or take a video and send it to me to prove whether there is water or not. I spoke to two people who I know live in Mason Hall, and they're telling me that there is no water. And I spoke to another person just this week, and he's telling me, yes, water is there. So I don't know. Glad to see Charmaine on. Good. Charmaine, do me a favor. Run up to Mason Hall and take some videos and send to me. Let's see. Let's put this to bed, whether there is water there or not. I want to be absolutely sure about this, Charmaine. So if you have some time, Charmaine, jump in your van and drive up there, take some videos. But guys, I am more interested in St. Mary's Central than anywhere else. Once it covers Port Maria, Baileysville, I am keenly interested in that because I want to see what progress can be made. And just before I sign off of this, I am hoping, I am praying that the electorate will go out and vote wisely. Just don't go out and say, hey, me a die-hearted PNP, me vote for the head. Or me a die-hearted JLP, me vote for the bell. Don't just look at what you can get in your hands. We are in this thing together. We're all Jamaicans. You just don't want your party members to benefit Otherwise, what's that going to do to the next election? The other people are going to get disgruntled and they're going to vote in the other party. And you won't be benefiting. You want something where everybody benefits. A rising tide raises all ships. So please, guys, as we come to the end of it, I'm going to ask you, please, try and make this election a memorable one in that we need a high voter turnout. We need a high voter turnout. Just don't vote in somebody because, they've been running it for years. Don't do that. Look at what each candidate is saying. Look at what each party is saying. Don't get fooled by empty promises. On either side, don't get fooled. Do not get fooled. Vote with your brain. Vote with your brain, not the bellies, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those who were here tonight, thanks for being a part of Rock the Mic. Next week, we hope to get back into this thing again. And tell me when water reached me. So that's Robert Stewart. Robert, if you have proof, man, call in and let's hear it. Charmaine, if you have proof, let's hear it. Let's hear it. It's a free WhatsApp call. I want people who are telling the truth. I don't want people going off hearsay. That's why I'd love to see a video. I want to see somebody go up there, show me the pipe, turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise, and let's see if there is water there. I just don't want to hear somebody here because I'm hearing two different things here. I'm hearing some people from the PNP saying, it was a scam, and some people from the GLP says, yes, water is here. We finally got water. I want to know the truth, guys, and I think we all deserve to know the truth. It would be a sin if that was a scam. I don't know what to believe. I want proof. So for those who were here tonight, thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening. Thanks for making the comments. And for those who are going to watch it on the replay, I hope everything is clear. And I hope YouTube or Facebook will not mute the video as they have done in the past. Just a toops of music and they're going to ban you. So, ladies and gentlemen, signing off from Central Florida, this is Garfield Waller and Rock the Mic. Be good, be safe. Those who are going to Carnival, enjoy yourself. The rest of you, find your butts in church. Take care.